He misses with that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. Punch, counter punch. That jab misses. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You are fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you give the man a chance. I shouldn't have one.
How about that time counter shot? Catch and shoot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The courage on display here is incredible. Beautiful counter shot. It's all offense all the time. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Good counter punch. Nice counter. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. And a round that seemed like an in this round. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and moves. Whoa, wait a minute! Pacquiao there got clipped clean. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Perfect counter lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. So close for that uppercut. And he scores with the counter. He missed with the jab. There's a counter shot. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
These are not...
Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Well done with that counter shot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. A perfect counter shot. This is a high-octane battle. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punching. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counter punch.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny. On to the fourth we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch right up the middle. Nice punch. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That counter shot lands. Straight right just misses. They exchange punches. He misses with that jab. Nice counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. There's the bell to start round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Threw the uppercut, but did not score. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. And they figure out the combination to this safe.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Can't score with that right uppercut. Nice counter punch. There's a counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. The Perfect counter lands. Quick punch scores. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
That's lights out right there.
Talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow he's still... There's the bell for round 6. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that? That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Nice counter shot. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Beautiful counter shot. That jab doesn't score. Punch, counter punch. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. How about that time counter shot? Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Manny. And there's the bell for round 7. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Jab misses. How about that time counter shot? They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Punch, counter punch. Missing with that jab. Nice counter shot. Perfect counter shot. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought this guy's just wrestling. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Is he going to punch himself out, though? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny. And there's the bell for round 8. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shut.
The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. And the referee will allow this to continue. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How about that time counter shot? Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with